एक general sense में, what are few of the top ways to save income tax?
Now let's talk about bigger purchases of assets. Now in India, there's a thing that you need to buy a house every time you make a lot of money, and this is something that's pushed on to us from our older generation, right? Now let's assume you do want to buy a house because of stability, right?
Yeah.
When you buy a house, you always take a loan and you buy the house.
Yeah.
Now on that loan, you get an additional 2 lakh benefit, right? It's under section 24, where if you're paying interest on home loan, right, you can claim that as a deduction, because the government is like, don't worry, up to 2 lakhs, I will take up the cost. Anything above that, obviously you have to pay you will consider it as your expense. Then you have another benefit called NPS, which is called National Pension Scheme, right? Now that you can invest every year maximum up to 50,000, but you can only withdraw the money when you're retiring towards that. So it's locked in for that. But that's another saving instrument. But I would not, I don't do it a lot, mainly because the returns are not that great compared to what I can get somewhere else. Okay. So I would rather prefer putting it into the equity exposure for 30 years, because then over a period of time you make more returns than anything else. But these are some of the basic things that salaried individuals should definitely do. So this much is for salaried people.
This is for salaried people.
If you catch self-employed, right, for creators and freelancers, they can avail all of the things that you said right now. Okay. And on top of that, they have one magic section.
Okay. So now let's transition into finding out कि ये creators, influencers जो आजकल इतने सारे videos बनाते हैं, वो कमाते कितना है और बचाते कितना है?
Yeah. So there is this beautiful section which I was never aware of. I came to know much later.
You call it beautiful. I'm already hearing khan.
It's superb. I'll tell you why. So it's up to 50 lakhs of income in a year, which is quite significant for freelancers.
Yeah.
Right? If you can get up to 50 lakhs, you can use this benefit. Okay. So it's called Section 44 ADA for professionals. Okay, so if you're a doctor, if you're an architect, if you're a professional, like a consultant or all of these things, right? So for these people, what the government says is if you make 50 lakhs in a year, right, and because you're a professional and you're giving employment to people, we are automatically assuming that 50% of this 50 lakhs is your expense. You don't have to show us any proof for this. So my taxable income is now only 25 lakhs. So 50% straight up upfront वो बोलते हैं ना discount.
Oh my god.
So on 25 lakhs is your taxable income now. Then I do all these other 2-3 lakhs 4 lakhs that I save, comes down to around 20 lakhs. So on a 50 lakh income, I'm actually paying tax on 20 lakhs, which might come out to be very less. So my total net tax is extremely low compared to a salaried person जो कट के है. Right? Now what if you are that kind of an influencer or that kind of a freelancer who's now making money from US or extra other places, and you're going above 50 lakhs. So this is where a lot of people take it in either their wife's name or they take it in their sister's name, and they do 50 plus 50 and then get again 50% off.
Okay.
So now you go up to 1 crore. But both of you are individual freelancers filing for Section 44 ADA individually, and you save a lot of money there. But now what for creators who are making 5 crores, 10 crores, 15 crores? A lot, right? Now that becomes too much. So when you go above this particular barrier, you have to maintain books of accounts like a company as an individual.
Okay.
So you have to file a P&L and a profit and loss statement and a balance sheet to the government and show that Shashank Udupa as an individual creator is making 1 crore, but then I have so much expenses. Now my expenses might not be 50%. It can be only 30% because क्या ही होगा expense, right? उतना नहीं है. So if it's 30%, then I have to pay 70% के ऊपर tax, which is sad, right? But if my actual expense is more than 50%, then it is a massive benefit for me. But obviously I want to save as much money as I can, so I would not do that. So what do smart creators do or freelancers do when they become big? They incorporate a company and they start taking all the money in that company. Why? Because on day one, if you take money in the corporate entity, first of all, your entire taxable income on that corporate entity is 25% plus cess. Whereas if you were an individual, you have to pay above 33% if you go above a particular barrier, right? And in business, your first revenue comes, after that expense is cut, and only after the expenses are cut is you pay taxes on the remaining amount. Whereas if you're a salaried person, your cut ke aata hai pehla, and then you do your expenses.
Okay.
So that is how it is. So
but
a lot of
you
people
can reclaim it, as in like you using while you're filing returns, तो वो पैसा फिर वापस आ सकता है.
No, not technically. I'll tell you why. Let's say I'm a business guy now. Okay, I created my own company. Now I'm paying a few individuals salary. Right. Now if I was an individual doing that, right, then I have to first pay my income tax return, which they will cut and then give me TDS deducted, right, tax deducted salary, and then I maybe pay 4-5 individuals after that. So I can't claim that back. Whereas if I incorporate a company, I'll be like, okay, this 10 lakhs has come. They will cut that 10%, whatever it is. That 10 lakhs will come into my bank account. I'll be like, boss, but wait, 10 lakhs, I have so many employees. So 5 lakhs is my expense per month. So my end of the month, only 5 lakhs is my remaining money. Now on that 5 lakhs, let's say I bought a MacBook Air for business purpose.
Yeah.
Now if you're an individual, you're buying MacBook Air after paying TDS.
Yeah.
But if you're a business guy, you're first buying the MacBook Air without paying any more tax. Right? And then that shows as an expense because it's a corporate expense.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay, so chota sa my Kurafati mind is saying ki if you have a friend who owns a business and you want a gadget,
Buy it
ask
from
them.
Yeah, so I mean they can put on the company expense because it's for business purpose and business use only, and that goes straight away as that. And also they get GST benefit because you don't get GST benefit, you pay GST. But the company, when they get GST, it cuts off from there. So for them there's a GST benefit, so they get everything at 18% cheaper technically, right? And on top of that, there's another beautiful thing that happens in the world of accounting is that when you buy assets on a company, there's something called depreciation. Now depreciation, after you cut depreciation, on that amount you pay tax. So depreciation also gets cut off. So if I buy a MacBook Air, maybe in year 1, 20% of that value of that MacBook Air, I can claim depreciation. So this is why a lot of people buy cars and vehicles on the company's name, because that whole cost of that car goes to zero and you can claim it on the company. So if I buy a car of 20 lakhs, 20 lakhs is shown as an expense on the company.
Okay.
Over a period of 5 years.
On this note, I would want to say this. If you're a salaried person, you look at a friend who is getting all these latest gadgets. आप कॉलेज में हो, आप देख रहे हो कि आपके फ्रेंड के पास इतनी सारी एक्सपेंसिव चीज़ें हैं. Don't get involved in that FOMO and buy yourself these things, क्योंकि आप जब अपना पैसा खर्च कर रहे हो, आप अपना खुद का सेविंग्स खर्च कर रहे हो. If your friend has those things, trust me, वो पैसे बचा रहे हैं. That's a note.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. He's saving more, so he's spending more.
Yeah,
It's
and
as
that is
simple
why
as
he has these things, and you don't have to get into that. Yeah.
So
it's a fact.
this is the common perception of stability and salary versus risk and slightly more savings. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying either one is right or wrong, but the thing is, it depends on the individual you are.
Yeah.
Right? If you like stability, then you're fine with this because you know that that guy might buy all the things today, but tomorrow he might not be able to buy anything in the future, right? If it goes down. Whereas you know that you will only go up from here because you're in the salaried culture.